behalf of Hospice Simcoe, I'd like to welcome you to this memorial service today. My name's Lori, and I'm the Spiritual Care Coordinator at Hospice, and I'm glad that you can join us in person and online for those watching online. Thank you for your patience. Of course, it took a little bit longer today with screening, and just a reminder, if you need to use the washrooms, they are through the doors at the back and to your right. And if you could just turn off your cell phones as well, please. Put them on vibrate, that would be great. We're very glad that you can be part of this important time of remembering today. Whether you are gathered here in person or online, we are all one. We know that this is an emotional time for people, and we hope that this service will be a comfort to you. How do we begin to find comfort and strength and courage in the midst of the sorrow that we feel? When we go through the unthinkable, how do we keep going in the face of knowing that our lives will never be the same again? When our pain is so great that at times it's hard to breathe or hard to talk without choking back tears. When we try and live out our normal days, but at times it seems so meaningless in the wake of our loss. Where do we turn? Well, one answer is we remember. We don't try to forget the sadness or the person that is no longer with us here on earth. Instead, we honor everything they were and still are to us. While we can't lessen your sorrow today, we hope that this service will be a little bit of a light in the midst of the darkness, and that the cherished memories of the people that you have loved will be brought to the forefront as we honor them. And may we find small rays of comfort. I'd like to read a poem by Pam Harvey. We remember because it gives us purpose. We remember because it gives us hope. We remember because it gives us a reason to meet each day. We remember to give them honor. We remember because when we do, it brings them here to where we are. Now I'd like to invite Laura, one of our volunteers, to lead us in a responsive reading, which you will find printed in your order of service.
I'm so glad you're all here today. It's so important to come together. This is a responsive reading. After I say a line, you'll be invited to respond with the words, "We remember them." In our commitment to remember, in the raising of the sun and on its going down, we remember. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of the winter, we remember. In the opening of the buds and the rebirth of spring, we remember them. In the blueness of the sky, in the warmth of the summer, we remember them. In the rustling of the leaves, in the beauty of the autumn, we remember them. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have joys we yearn to share, we remember them. So as long as we live, they too shall live, for they now are a part of us as we remember them. Thank you.
This is my winter song to you. The storm is coming soon. It rolls in from the sea. My voice a beacon in the night. My words will be your light. carry you to me. Is love alive? Is love alive? Is love? They say that things just cannot grow beneath the winter snow, or so I have been told. They say we're buried far, just like a distant star I simply cannot hold. Is love alive? Is love alive? Is love alive? This is my winter song. December never felt so wrong, 'cause you're not where you belong. Inside my arms. Bum 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 bum. I still believe in summer days. The seasons always change, and life will find a way. I'll be your harvester of light and send it out tonight so we can start again. Is love alive? Is love alive? Is love alive? This is my winter song. December never felt so wrong, 'cause you're not where you belong. Inside my arms. This is my winter song for you. The storm is coming soon. It rolls in from the sea. My love, a beacon in the night. My words will be your light to carry you to me. Is love alive? Is love alive? Is love alive? Is love alive? Is love? Is love alive? 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 Is love alive?
Throughout the world, light is a beautiful symbol, signifying hope and remembrance. Light brings warmth to a cold space, illuminates darkness, scatters doubt, and shines like a beacon, even through the hardest days, guiding us and offering us hope when we cannot see it. We are gathered here to remember those who have died and to let them know that they are not forgotten. Their light still shines in our hearts and within our lives and will shine forever. So now we begin the candle lighting. One light for each name read here today. And we invite you watching at home to light a candle at the same time in memory of the people you are missing. Their light still shines. We'll invite you to come up, and one of our volunteers will invite you when it's your turn to come up and light a candle. And you just lift the little tea light and light it to the big light, and we have volunteers up to help you. This season is traditionally a time of giving. We may not feel like we have a great deal to give at this time. And yet just being here, lighting a candle as you have, and remembering is an act of giving. We are giving honor to the memory of those we love. We are giving support to those around us who are also remembering. And so now I invite you to listen to a song called The Gift, which reminds us that even when we feel we have nothing to give, when we are simply present, honoring memories, lighting even a small candle in the darkness, and when we give from our hearts, our small gifts have the power to glow and to give hope to others.
A poor orphan girl named Maria was walking to market one day. She stopped for rest by the roadside, where a bird with a broken wing lay. A few moments passed till she saw it, for its feathers were covered with sand. Soon clean and wrapped it was traveling in the warmth of Maria's small hand. She happily gave her last peso on a cage made of rushes and twine. She fed it loose corn from the market and watched it grow stronger with time. Now the Christmas Eve service was coming, and the church shone with tinsel and light, and all of the town brought presents to lay by the manger that night. There were diamonds and incense and perfume in packages fit for a king, but for one ragged bird in a small cage, Maria had nothing to bring. Waited till just before midnight, so no one could see her go in. She cried, she knelt by the manger, for her gift was unworthy of him. Then a voice spoke to her through the darkness, Maria, what brings you to me? If the bird in the cage is your offering, open the door, let me see. Though she trembled, she did as he asked her, and out of the cage the bird flew, soaring up into the rafters on a wing that had hued as new. Just then the midnight bells rang out, and the little bird started to sing a song that no words could recapture, whose beauty was fit for a king. Now Maria was blessed just to listen to that cascade of voice sweet and long, as her offering was lifted to heaven by the very first nightingale song.
When someone dies, one aspect that is particularly hard to bear is the idea that they may be forgotten. We don't want them to be forgotten. And we who are left are the keepers of the memory, the ones who will give life to the beauty of who they were, their laugh, their voice, the little ways that were unique to them. And so now we will read the names of those who we are remembering today.
Tammy Lynn Mayotte, Selby Bowman, Max Blom, Gail Patricia Brandenburg, David Bruce, John William Doherty, Sherry Domin, Ron Doyle, Edmund Ted Peyton Fry, Nikolai Elish, Helga Rieta, Judy Guthrie, Ron Guthrie, Leonard James Hunt, Gary Martin, Alan McNair, Yvonne McDonnell, John McCullough, Paul Measy, Irma Pedra, Harold Frank Pierpoint, Joan Pierpoint, Rolly Puri, Kent Thompson, Dorothy Tulip.
Just making sure, are there any names that were missed? I'd like to introduce one of our volunteers, Lynn, to come forward and to share a reflection that she has written for today.
Hello, everyone. The story I am about to share with you is fictional, but in my heart, this story is a dream that I wish to be true one day. Here it goes. I opened up the Berry Advance 2 weeks ago. I am grieving 2 important losses in my life and came upon this ad called The Grief Hotel. The ad read, "Escape the holiday commotion and enjoy a peaceful refuge where your grief is honored. Our Grief Hotel has all the amenities, a backyard forest with walking trails, a bird feeding sanctuary, a yoga and meditation room for grief, a fully functioning kitchen where you can cook with other residents, and a large community room where pay-forward sessions are practiced." I'm in. I don't want to face the holidays this year. I'm escaping. When I walk into the hotel, I am gently guided to the north wing, the hallway for all guests who want to think and talk about their loved ones during the holidays. Handwritten grief quotes are displayed on tables in the hallway. I find my room. It is simple and homey. The bed is covered with a soft throw. There is a television. A note beside the remote control says, "This television will guide your stay. Turn it on to find out more." Beside the door, another note is inviting me to join the guests in a morning walk, starting before sunrise. I soon realized that the word morning does not refer to the time of day, but to my grief, as the word is spelled Mourning. I sit on my cozy bed and turn on the television. Soothing instrumental music comes on as pictures of the hotel start to scroll slowly on the screen. I see a big kitchen with both a wood and a propane stove. 2 oversized tables are garnished with fruit and fresh potted herbs. The wooden benches remind me of those in my grandparents' kitchen. My thoughts are gently being redirected to the TV screen, where I now see a community room called the Spirit Loft. It is breathtaking. Multiple round and rectangular wooden tables, sofas and chairs fill the room. Comfy throws and plants are everywhere. 2 wood fireplaces are featured. Tranquility and warmth come to my mind. I allow this curiosity to guide me. Moccasins on, I leave my room with the intention of finding the Spirit Loft. I feel alone and vulnerable. I immediately sense a feeling of invitation and instinctively know this is a safe place. I see other people in the Spirit Loft. Warm white mini lights are present everywhere and create a calming effect. It feels safe to walk in. An older woman comes and greets me. She looks into my eyes and takes my left hand with both of hers. I can tell that she knows I am grieving. Her eyes read my heart. She knows this grief pain. Her name is Mira. She says, "Come on in. We need help here at the food bank table." Later that day, I finish my latest entry in my grief journal and start to write about tomorrow. Mira has informed and prepared me to participate in a winter solstice morning walk, starting at 6 a.m. All guests of the North Wing are told to dress warmly, as we will be outdoors for a few hours. In the community room today, after we finished preparing food kits for our unsheltered friends, we made lanterns using metal-handled mason jars, which we decorated with stars, moons, and suns. The candles are ready to be lit early tomorrow morning, as we will be walking in the dark for a while. I painted the names of my loved ones on my jar. Mira explained that the lantern's light is a symbol of our own light that continues to shine in our dark times. I can picture all of us on the trail in the forest carrying lanterns, and I see much beauty in that thought. Our walk will start out silently. We are encouraged to walk alone, as this is considered a mourning walk. Mira encourages us to give a silent voice to our sorrow, to reflect on our loved ones who have died, and to speak to and or with them in the woods. I wonder what will happen in my heart during the walk. What if I cry? Mira said that tears are welcomed. Tomorrow's walk is going to be a very special one, as it is winter solstice, the darkest, longest night of the year. Mira told us that we will be arriving at a bonfire at one point during our walk. We will be able to sit in a circle with an Indigenous elder. He will have a sacred eagle feather that we will have a chance to hold as we share stories of our loved ones. I look forward to talking about my loved ones again. It is something that I want and need to do. After all, the reason I am in this hotel during the holidays is because I can't focus on anything frivolous or participate in any small talk. As I fall asleep tonight, I am encouraged to not turn on the lights in my cozy room. I have been gifted a beeswax candle to enjoy the darkest night of the year. Tomorrow will be a special day, as Mira has also informed us that we will also be coming together for a winter solstice feast in the kitchen, which we will be preparing as a group after our afternoon meditation. It looks like we may be baking a couple of Yule log cakes too. Mira told us that in ancient times, the burning of a Yule log would celebrate the return of light. Logs would be burned in a fireplace or in a bonfire, and Yule log cakes were made by those who didn't have a fireplace. Also in ancient times, oranges were given as gifts to symbolize the return of the light and the sun. For our Indigenous friends, winter solstice is a time of renewal. Elders often ask grandfather son to come back to us, as he is considered to be visiting other astral relatives, explaining his absence. During our winter solstice feast, Mira said that we will be writing down everything that we would like to release. We can write down our pain, our anger, our struggles, and our fears, and let them all go. Then we will gather in the spirit loft and burn our pieces of paper in the fireplace. Then the flames will transform darkness into light. Good night to all. The next day, After the symbolic morning walk, I realize I am waking up from an afternoon nap. Oh my goodness. How long did I sleep? I say to myself. I must have fallen asleep after the grief meditation. It is time to go to the kitchen, as we are about to bake some Yule log cakes. Moccasins back on, I walk with a little bounce in my step and find the kitchen. Everyone is there, my new friends, the friends that shared beautiful stories of their loved ones this morning at the bonfire. The recipe is on the counter. Mira is helping with the ingredients. The wood stove is burning and its heat is wrapping me tight. At first, everything goes well. The thin, flat cakes get into the oven. While they are being baked, each one of us is told that we will have to roll these cakes when they are still warm. After the cake has cooled slightly, the real work begins. I receive a kitchen towel and invert my cake onto it. I've never done this before, and I feel vulnerable again. I start rolling the cake. Not too bad, I say to myself. This rolling in the towel makes the cake a little pliable. It is when we start adding the icing on our cakes that the giggles start. We all start to play with the icing and take separate spoons to sample it. The giggles continue, and every time I look up, I laugh a little harder. I stop myself in my mind. It's been a while since I've laughed. We must all be tired from our morning walk because we are starting to tell jokes and funny kitchen stories. Some of us managed to roll our Yule log cakes perfectly, but mine only gets a B+. It's not perfect to look at, but every time I look at it, it reminds me of a few giggles we shared. That night, we ate with enthusiasm, and our bellies were full after the candlelit winter solstice feast. After dinner, Mira instructed us to take our candles from the table. With the flame guiding us, we followed her into the spirit loft. I remembered what Mira had said, that we would honor the light and the darkness in our hearts and write down everything that we would like to release. She gave us each a black piece of paper and a gold-colored ink gel pen. We were invited to find a comfortable spot and start releasing our pain, our struggles, our fears, and our anger on this non-judgmental piece of paper. Mira then gave us the signal to get up and gather around the fireplace. No words could explain what was going on in my heart, but I felt something new. I felt the significance of what we were just about to do. The fears, worries, anger, and pain were just about to be released from our beings. My black piece of paper felt weighted with my words, but I knew that the fire would transform my words into light. I believed in the therapeutic experience we were just about to live. When it was my turn to put my piece of paper in the flame, I exhaled deeply. I released the feelings that were weighing me down. I watched the fire transform my words. It was healing. Mira had us doing some conscious breathing as a group after the last person burned their paper. When I left the Grief Hotel after the holidays, I felt that I had surrendered to and honored my feelings I was carrying before I got there. It felt good to have met many people, healers, mentors, and others who were grieving just like me. I felt healed, validated, and normal. That's the end of my fictional story. What is it that you are going to do this holiday season to help you honor your grief? Whatever you do is personal and unique. I know that you will do your very best and what is right for you. Thank you.
When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. Oh, when darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. Sail on, silver, sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how we shine. Oh, if you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind, like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind, like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind.
Forward and share one last reading.
A reading by Marley from her book, Safe Passage. You are not lost. You continue in every party laugh, in every nice surprise, and in every reassuring moment of my life. Death has separated us, but not completely. We have not parted company forever. I am only living away from you for a while. Our hearts, the very essence of ourselves, are joined forever.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today. And I would like to thank everyone who took part in the service. We hope that it's been a help to you for the season ahead and maybe make the days come a little bit easier to you. And we have continued support for you as well at Hospice Simcoe. We have programs for bereavement that are free to family and friends throughout the community. If you are in attendance today and you would like to know more, you can speak to myself or one of our volunteers. And in addition, those who are watching online, all our contact information is on our website. Throughout December at Hospice Simcoe, we have a tree of remembrance set up in our gazebo. And you are welcome to come and place an ornament on the tree in memory of someone that you love. Also, at the back of the hall today, there are remembrance candles that you may have seen and chosen, and you can take one with you and light it at a moment this time of year to remember someone that you're missing. And we also have hospice ornaments, so please take one of those as well. And for those who are watching at home, if you would like a candle or an ornament, you can contact me and pick one up later this week. Thank you for taking part today. May the light of love continue to shine in and around you. There are refreshments today if you wish to stay, and with coffee, tea, punch, and some goodies. Please feel free to stay. There's tables set up. We just ask that when you get your food that you keep your mask on, and then when you sit down, you can remove them to eat. Thank you again for coming.